16 people were wounded. Investigators say a shooter wearing a bulletproof vest, mask, and hearing protection carried at least 100 rounds into the area. In less than a minute, the gunman was killed by police.
A heartbreaking tragedy, and it is the type tragedy that you pray never comes to your state or to your community. You practice for these tragedies, and you pray to God they never occur. If you don't practice, you're not ready. It's clear Dayton was ready.
A prayer vigil was held for the victims in downtown Dayton this morning, just hours after the attack. The victims killed range in age from 22 to 57 years old. Meanwhile, prosecutors in Texas are treating a deadly shooting at an El Paso Walmart as a domestic terrorist case and say they will seek the death penalty for the suspected gunman. At least 20 people died and 26 others were hurt when a gunman opened fire at a Walmart packed with back-to-school shoppers yesterday morning. Police say the suspect was arrested after surrendering. Investigators are looking into a manifesto now, apparently written by the suspected gunman. In it, the writer denounces the increasing Hispanic population of Texas as one reason for his actions.
The loss of life is so great. We certainly have never seen this in our community. We are a very safe community. We pride ourselves on the fact that we're so safe, and certainly this community is rocked and shocked and saddened by what has happened here yesterday.
El Paso is a resilient city. This will not define us, and we will move ahead.
Throughout the day yesterday, hundreds waited in long lines to answer an urgent call for blood donations in Texas. Activists from Minnesota say the tragedies are a reminder that change is needed. The Minnesota chapter of Moms Demand Action was in Washington, D.C. for a national conference on gun safety during the shootings this weekend. Our Kate Raditz shares what they hope to see happen here.
We're devastated. Moms Demand Action leader Molly Lloyds flew home to Minnesota from Washington, D.C. after the end of an annual conference on gun safety.
What do we want?
Turned into a massive march Saturday night. 2,000 MDA activists were in the streets of the nation's capital showing support for El Paso after news of another mass shooting.
And in the morning we learned not just Dayton and not just these tragedies that become one name, but also the 100 people who die every single day in the United States by gun violence.
That sense of community was torn apart yesterday across our country.
Governor Tim Walz spoke of the mass shootings while at an event in St. Paul Sunday.
Every single one of us knows it's not if, it's when this thing happens again. And that is simply unacceptable.
Lloyd says they would like to see universal background checks on every gun purchase, as well as red flag laws that allow police or family members to petition the courts to temporarily remove a firearm from someone. But gun safety reform measures in Minnesota failed to get past a public safety conference committee this spring during the legislative session.
We can be sad, we can be mad, we can be frustrated, we can take a break, we can take care of ourselves, but we will keep showing up.
Minneapolis police said that they would be stepping up their presence around the entertainment districts on Sunday so that people would feel safe. There are currently 17 states around the country that have some form of a red flag law. Reporting in Minneapolis, Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
Thank you, Kate, and stay with WCCO for continuing coverage of the Texas and Ohio shootings, both online at WCCO.com and tonight on our news at 10. Turning our attention to the weather now. It's been a sunny Sunday in most of the metro. Just a few scattered showers out there. Taking a live look outside now, the WCCO Weather Watcher is white because there is no change in sight, at least for us in the Twin Cities, but other parts of the state could see some storms. Lisa Meadows is here now. A welcome change, certainly, from the last couple of weekends.
Absolutely. And it's going to be dry for today, but I do want to make sure everyone knows tomorrow morning you might be waking up to some rain. So we'll take a look at that in future radar in a bit. Right now, the current radar picture shows a lot of those storms are mainly isolated out into western Wisconsin, and a lot of this is really just rain. A couple of lightning strikes thrown in there, but not necessarily a lot. So probably got to be rather unlucky to be hit by some of those, at least for this afternoon. Again, a different story as we head into tonight. Cloud cover mainly from 35 off to the west. We'll go with partly cloudy skies mainly here in the Twin Cities with temperatures that were warm today. 87, that was our high. Average is 82 this time of year. So current temp, we're at 86. We've dropped off about a degree, at least here in the Twin Cities. But look at this, 80s across the board. It's a warm one out there. Most of these numbers pretty much in the mid 80s. And the dew points are up too. We're in the 60s with those dew points, even a 72 as you look out to Worthington. So we are looking at sticky levels of humidity. Put the two together, that would give you your feels like temperature, which might add a degree or two. Overall, we're just looking at warm temperatures and some of that humidity in place. For a lot of people, a nice summer day. Winds are out of the south at just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll keep them at about 5 to 10 out of the southwest tonight. Low temperature down to 70 degrees, pretty much the upper 60s for a lot of these locations. Notice we are dry here, but then off to the northwest. Rain will be on the approach. We have a cold frontal boundary that's going to swing through. I think the biggest impact will be tomorrow morning for a lot of us. I know a lot of times we get these showers and storms that fire afternoon, evening hours. This is kind of a change up when it comes to the timing, at least compared to the usual. 5 to 10 miles per hour still for tomorrow. High temperature coming in at 82 degrees, and looks like we have a pretty good shot of everyone seeing a chance of thunderstorms as we go throughout tomorrow. Here it is. So for the rest of the night tonight, most of us should remain dry. Notice, like I said, early morning hours. We'll start to see this activity off across the northwestern portion of the state. Continue to watch for the morning hours, wet commute possible for a lot of people, mainly for the northern part of the state also. And then once we start to head into later in the morning, showers and storms should arrive here in the Twin Cities. And we keep with scattered showers and storms swinging on through all the way from morning through midday. As we hit the afternoon, a lot of this should be racing further off to the east and pulling out of the Twin Cities as we start to head into the nighttime hours. Do at least want to mention, if we do get any severe storms with this, for tonight it would be mainly off to the northwest, that 2 out of a 5 there in the yellow. It's not a great chance with what we're seeing. And then we shift that severe threat to the south tomorrow because of the timing of all of this. If we do get any severe storms with this, it would be off to the south and to the southwest. You can see the 2 out of a 5 in place down into the Rochester area and off to the south. Good news to the south of the Twin Cities. So yes, it's going to be a little active to start off your work week here on Monday. Good news is things really change. Humidity gets flushed out after that system. We're dry and very nice. Tuesday looks great, 85. A few isolated storms thrown in the forecast for your Wednesday, but still slightly cooler streak as we head on into the weekend with those temperatures just in the upper 70s.
All right, sometimes not too bad when it shows up on a
Just get past Monday. Monday's tough anyway, so
yeah, exactly.
We'll deal with it.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. And a programming note here that tonight at 10:35, Mike Max will have a live show from Vikings training camp. He's going to sit down with Kirk Cousins, Rick Spielman, and the new Big Ten Commissioner, Kevin Warren. A reminder that football season is upon us. Again, that is coming up tonight, live from Eagan at 10:35. And we will see you tonight at 10 on WCCO for our late news.